All right, Need for Speed Unbound. They just dropped Under the Hood. Run these streets. Gonna find out more about takeovers here. It looks like we might have a new video clip. It's not much. It's again just. Did you see the character pop in? Right at the beginning there, you see? Characters outside the car. Oh my god. And it's not in that bridge section. This game is janky, dude. I'm telling you. Anyway, run these streets, driving takeovers and events in Lakeshore City. Y'all already know Need for Speed is about white knuckle moments, whether you're tearing up the road in a sprint lap race or just hightailing it from the cops. That's all we're getting is sprint lap races and run from cops. We don't get any other modes. Come on, man. We talked about how you can turn up the heat in Need for Speed Unbound, increasing your rewards and bank to upgrade your vehicles and driver. This week, we're bringing the deets about driving, events, challenges, and owning the roads of Lakeshore City. Drive it like you stole it. We got, all right, we got a good amount of info here. All right, let's get into it. Let's see here. Don't forget, you have options on how you initiate a drift. This is get sideways. You can always use the handbrake, e-brake to enter a drift, but remember, tap it. You don't want to hold it as you're entering the drift, or you will swing too far and end up sideways or worse. Okay, look. Listen here. Listen here. There's a lot of times when you're drifting, you're coming in, just hold it and then let go. Like, they're just saying tap it. Just bam, tap it and go in. Okay, so here's the problem. You guys have, if you've been following Jay, you know we play a set of course. I've seriously seen real life drifting. There's times where they keep yanking on the e-brake. Like sometimes you gotta hold a little longer. So the fact that we're still getting brake the drift, that you tap the brake or the double tap the gas, and now we were hoping with the e-brake, you kind of hold it in, you gotta skirt, like initiate the drift and then like power over. But now they just want you to tap it, tap the e-brake, and then the car slides out. It's the same. Everybody's like, oh, brake the drift, it's gone. It's the same thing. You're just tapping a button to initiate a drift and then it goes. Like I'm just going to keep the double tap to gas on. If that's the case, there's no point. If it's the same thing, I just go ding versus hit and circle. Look. Anyway. In addition to using the handbrake, e-brake to initiate a drift, you can choose from gas or brake tap on by default, gas tap or brake tap. Or you can turn those options off. Your angle of attack or entry in the corner will determine your aggressiveness of the drift and may impact which way you initiate your drift. Grip turning is also available. Grip turning? Is grip going to be actually good in this game? Because grip has been the slowest option ever. Holding you to the road as you curve around the turns and blast out into the straightaways. Drifting and grip turning. Why is it called grip turning? That doesn't just grip. It's just grip or grip driving. Grip turning. That's weird. Okay, drifting and grip turning will build up your burst nitrous bar, giving you a nice jolt of boost when you need it coming out of a turn. All right. I don't know. I'm still thinking the double tap to drift is going to be the fastest. When in the starting grid, pay attention to your RPMs during the countdown. There's a sweet spot that will give you an extra jump off the line when the race starts. You gotta have a feather touch, but if you hit it right, hold on tight. Too high or too low, and you'll be pulling out at the back of the pack. Okay, I like that. Kind of like drag racing where you have to, get your revs at a certain spot, just like, launch control road cars. Like you set to a certain spot and pew, gone. You over rev, too much spin, not enough, car bogs out. I like that they're doing that. I wonder if there's going to be an indicator to show you though, like if you're like it'll be like blue and then it'll be like green and it'll be red if you go too far, kind of like how Underground was with drag racing. Once a race is started, drafting behind the pack will help fill up that burst nitrous bar quickly. So get ready to smash on the gas and hit that burst nitrous to overtake, or use it as you enter a drift to blast you through the turn and get an edge on your competitors. Nothing new there. The roads aren't the only route, but keep in mind the way you've set up your ride. If you've got your car dialed in for drifting or street racing, going off-road can end up being a bad choice. Unless you've got off-road parts, you'll lose speed, traction, and overall control. It is a great way to ditch the cops, though. Okay, so here we still have off-road parts, but it doesn't mention anything about off-road races. Same thing, we still have drifting parts, but no drift races. Well, who knows? It could be, there's still a lot to read here. Takeovers. Like, why put on off-road parts though if they're not going to be off-road racing? Like, if you're just going to maybe for these takeovers, you might have to put some off-road parts on, just because some of them seem like they're kind of off-road. And with the height of that Subi we saw here, he's looking like he's got some off-road parts. Anyway, takeovers. A$AP Rocky announcing a takeover. Takeovers are unique events, and they get you a nice payday or maybe even a new set of wheels if you win. When you jump into a takeover, you are competing against the other racers' scores, but it's you all by yourself on the closed track. Takeover events are all about steez over speed, drifting through turns, crashing through barrels and barricades, and upping your multiplier while keeping your speed up to push your score higher to take home the win. The more destruction you cause, the more it adds up to your combo. And that matters when it comes to the leaderboards in a takeover. Okay. Combos increase your score in takeovers. When you win, you'll get your payday. But make no mistake, while you were tearing up the track, the cops were on their way. Be ready to run, race, hide, or take out your pursuers as soon as the takeover ends, because they're waiting for you. All right. Cool. So we didn't get any more information on... Okay, so we got car delivery jobs, passenger delivery jobs, drift zones, speed traps, speed runs, jumps, challenges, collectibles. They were like, oh, we're going to go into detail on like what you can win, how, what did they say? Like what you can win and how you can win, like all the details about the takeovers. They didn't tell us anything like we didn't already know. It just says like, when you win, you'll get your payday. And possibly a car. So does that mean these events are going to be limited? Because they're not just going to give out cars for every takeover you do. Like, I think if you guys remember the video, we saw like 3 or 4 different tracks in the takeover. Like down on the bottom left here, you can see this one says takeover, and there was 2 or 3 other ones. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Great job. Great job. You guys are really giving us more information. Made us wait 3 days, 2 days, and now, whoa, nothing. Anywho, let's read about this. Lakeshore City activities, challenges, and collectibles. Car delivery jobs. Is this thing stolen? From time to time, you'll get a call to pick up a ride that got misplaced. It happens, right? No? That's what LoJack's for. Depending on who calls, your focus will be speed or keeping the car in one piece. For the low heat deliveries, it's about getting there quickly. You'll have a set time limit with a fixed point-to-point route, and the faster you go, the higher your payout. Okay, so it's just a sprint race. Got it. For high heat deliveries, it's a bit trickier. You're not really worried about time as much as the pack of cops in your rearview mirror the moment you climb into the driver's seat. Get the car to the delivery spot as quickly as possible, but note, you're rated on how much damage you don't do to the car. The more pristine the car is when it's dropped off, the more cash for you to bank. Had a bit of an oopsie and it's barely driving, might want to hit a gas station to tighten it up before dropping it off. You won't be able to drop it off during an active chase. But if you're in cooldown, slip in and get rid of it. Okay, so I don't like that. I don't like that because it's literally a mode that's like the more damage you take to the car, the less your payout. So it should disable gas stations then to make it more challenging, to make it like, oh, you fucked up the car, you ain't getting paid. You know, but here it's like, oh, just lose the cops, hit a gas station, then turn it in. Car's pristine again. I don't like that. That's stupid, in my opinion. If you're going to make a mode where you have to not damage the car, disable gas stations. Anyway, passenger delivery jobs. Are you a taxi? As you are heading to your next meetup or takeover, you may get a call from a fellow racer who is stuck out and needs a lift. So they broke down, blew a head gasket, you know? Get there as quickly as possible to begin a delivery. You are on the clock. As soon as you show up to scoop the racer, the cops are on your tail. Wow. Weird. Okay. Lose them fast and get the racer to their destination in time to get the biggest payout. If you get busted, they get busted, and nobody gets paid. Get them to the safe house successfully, and you unlock a new safe house you can dip into when it gets too hot on the streets. Just like car deliveries, you got to wait until the chase is over, get that cooldown going, and get them home. I mean, that's kind of a cool way to unlock new safe houses. I wonder if, like, as you progress, like, new ones will, like, open up. It would be cool if they had, like, their car sitting, like, on the shoulder or, like, a little bit off the road, like, smoking or something. Like, oh, no. Blew my engine. Fried my piston rings. Okay. It's something to do. I'm not mad about it. All right, I think they're done. Jeez. All right, drift zones. Get sideways. Slipping and sliding through Lakeshore City. We're riding. Damn, Slim Thug on the beat, dog. Drift zones are throughout the city and start by entering the first gate. As soon as you enter a drift zone, you'll be timed and scored as you follow the course. Objective is to accumulate the most amount of distance while drifting and get to the finish before the time is up. Okay, so I don't think we had a time limit on the drift zones. They were just short. And now it seems like, well, it'll be timed and it'll be a course. I feel like it's not going to be much of a course. It's just going to be something you drive through and it starts and it gives you like a little spot on the map to go through just before. It might be a little longer than before. But if they are courses and they are fairly long and they have a lot of them, I guess that could make up for not having drift events. As long as these drift zones have like auto log, I guess, and you can like compete against your friends and they're decently long and they're not like super short, I'll be okay with that. I can live with that. It would still be cool to have drift events, but we'll see what they do with these. If they're super short, kind of like they were in Heat, but as long as we can compete against our friends and see other people's scores, I'll be okay with it. Maybe. I don't know yet. Ask me again when they get releases and I'm like, well, this sucks. Speed traps, radar enforced. Speed traps gauge if you truly have a need for speed or if you're just cruising. Get that speed up as you blast through the speed traps to see what star rating you get based on your speed. The higher the speed, the higher the star rating, the more cash for you to bank. We know how those work. Speed runs, go, go, go. Speed runs are scattered throughout the city, testing your driving skill and nerve. You'll pass through the starting marker, beginning the event, then need to hit every marker through the finishing. Keep your top speed up, use your nitrous and burst nitrous, and beat your last best speed to get more stars. Don't try to go through them the wrong way. It won't work. We tried. All right, so speed runs. Didn't Payback have that? I think, maybe. Jumps. If you had wings, you could fly. We told you Lakeshore City was designed with racers in mind, and you'll see this evidenced by the amount, is that a word? Evidenced? Evidenced. By the amount of jump ramps throughout the city. Hit the ramp and get airborne, but be ready to hit the ground hard and get control of your ride. You can adjust the pitch and direction of your car mid-air, but don't count on this saving you if you hit the ramp at the wrong angle or with two wheels. Okay. We can adjust the pitch of the car? That's new. That's definitely new. The more speed you have when you hit the ramp, the further you'll fly and the higher you'll score. Okay, so jumps are coming back. We didn't do that. Challenges. Challenges are available for everything you do in Lakeshore City. Drifting, escaping from cops, getting stars for activities, and adding to your collectibles. Completing story challenges will net you some new driving effects and some cash to bank. Skill challenges focus on winning races of various tiers and escaping the cops to snag some. Activities challenges are all about the activities and collecting stars for completing them. Collectibles challenges feed the need to grab them all for the completionist in you. Rewards for completing challenges range from cash to pad your bank, poses, driving effects, tags and samples, and even some new rides. Okay. Collectibles. You know we've got stuff for you to grab as you navigate the highways and byways of Lakeshore City. Billboards, bear collectibles. So instead of flamingos, we got bears. And street art collectibles are yours for the taking. The more you collect, the more customization you unlock, like driving effects, poses, and more. There's always more to discover, and we can't wait for you to jump into Lakeshore City with us. Our next Under the Hood will focus on multiplayer, or as we call it, Lakeshore Online. Well, we do want to know about that. So at least next week we'll know, I guess, Tuesday. Well, Thursday, Friday, because we're like, oh, we're just going to tease it on Tuesday, but then not give you the information till Friday. So it sounds like we have the same shit. Billboards, the collectibles, and street art. I feel like they could have added some more stuff, you know, instead of the same old. Because the collectibles are more like a chore, you know, like you just gotta like go off road and like search for these flamingos, you know, and heat. And it's like, cool, got one. I got stupid underglow that flashes pink and white. Cool. I don't know. It's seeming like a lot of the same shit, man. A lot of the same shit. What else did we have in heat? I guess that was it. Speed traps, drift zones. Was that all they had? Yeah, I think so. So now we have speed runs, which just didn't Forza do that? And these drift zones. We'll have to see about these drift zones. If they're long courses, decently long, kind of like what I think Forza Horizon did, it won't be too bad. But anyway, guys, that's the news. Let me know what you think. They didn't really touch on anything more than we didn't already know. Yeah. I don't know. The fact that like these takeovers have some you can win, I feel like there's not going to be a lot of takeover events. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Still no gameplay. Still no gameplay. Less than 3 weeks ago. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts. Anyway, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one.